There is something quietly happening every single day in salons all around the world. Women walk in knowing exactly what they want, describe it with total confidence, and walk out feeling perfectly polished. And then they go home, look in the mirror, and feel, just slightly, like something is not quite right. But they cannot put their finger on what it is. What most women over 60 do not realize is that certain hairstyles, no matter how clean, how classic, or how well maintained, can quietly add years to a face without anyone meaning for that to happen. Not the stylist. Not the woman herself. These styles have simply been worn for so long they feel like home. And letting go of what feels like home is one of the hardest things anyone can do. But today we are going to have that honest, loving conversation that most people are too polite to have. Because you deserve a hairstyle that truly works for you, not against you. We are going through 5 of the most aging hair habits that experts are warning women over 60 to stop right now. Stay with us all the way through. Because even one small change could make a beautiful, noticeable difference. Let us begin. The blunt, one-length cut that quietly drags the face down. There is a particular haircut that has been called timeless for decades. It is the kind of style that feels easy to maintain, simple to describe, and safe to ask for. You sit in the chair, you say same length all the way around, and you walk out with something clean and controlled. It is the blunt one-length cut. And for women over 60, it is one of the most quietly aging hairstyles a woman can wear. Here is what experts who specialize in mature hair have been observing for years. As we move through our 60s and beyond, each individual strand of hair naturally becomes finer. Density decreases gently but steadily. The natural body and weight that once gave a style its shape and staying power softens over time. What once felt thick and full may now feel lighter, sometimes a little limp, and harder to style without extra product or heat. When you apply a blunt, one-length cut to hair that has gone through these natural changes, something specific happens. The hair lies flat against the head with very little movement. It ends at a single horizontal line, whether at the jaw, the shoulder, or somewhere in between. And that horizontal line draws the eye directly across the face, and then downward. That downward visual pull is exactly the problem. As the face matures, it naturally loses some of its upward structure. Cheeks soften. Temples become more refined. The jawline gently relaxes. These are not imperfections. They are the quiet marks of a life fully and beautifully lived. But a blunt one-length cut does not balance these changes. Instead, it reinforces them. It echoes the downward direction of the face, rather than lifting it upward toward your brightest features. Stylists who specialize in haircuts for women over 60 consistently point out that even a small amount of layering can transform this effect entirely. Layers create movement, and movement creates the visual illusion of volume and lift. When hair moves gently around the face, the eye is drawn upward, toward the eyes, toward the cheekbones, toward the most expressive and beautiful parts of who you are. Even soft, invisible layers work wonders. A gently layered lob that sits just at or above the collarbone. A slightly stacked back that adds fullness where the head rounds. Face framing pieces that sweep softly alongside the cheeks. Curtain bangs that open up the forehead and pull attention toward the center of the face. Each of these small adjustments redirects the viewer's eye in exactly the right direction. The goal is never to look like someone else. The goal is simply to allow your hair to lift your face, not pull it down. If your current style is one flat, even length with no variation or movement, it is absolutely worth having a quiet conversation with your stylist about what soft layering might look like for you. You do not need a dramatic change. You do not need to reinvent yourself. Sometimes the most powerful transformation in the world is the most invisible one. Just a layer here, a soft graduation there. And suddenly your face looks brighter, fresher, and lifted in a way that feels completely and naturally yours. The right layers do not change who you are. They simply let more of you show. The tight, outdated perm that adds a decade in seconds. There is a style that many women over 60 remember fondly, not just as a hairstyle, but as a feeling. The perm. Specifically, the tight, uniform curl perm that was enormously popular in the 70s and 80s, and that became a kind of signature look for an entire generation of women. It meant volume. It meant texture. It meant having a style that held itself in place without much fuss, week after week. But hair experts today, colorists, stylists, and trichologists who work specifically with mature women, are consistently raising a gentle but important flag. The tight, traditional perm, when worn by women over 60, has a tendency to age the face in ways that many women simply do not see in their own reflections. Because it is familiar. Because it has been worn for so long that it has become invisible to the person wearing it. Here is what is happening visually. A tight, uniform curl creates a rounded silhouette all the way around the head, top, sides, and back. This rounded halo of identical curls draws the eye outward and sideways, widening the visual appearance of the head and simultaneously compressing the height of the face. The result is a silhouette that sits low and wide. And for a mature face that has already naturally softened along the jawline and cheeks, this wide, low silhouette can make the face appear heavier and more settled than it actually is. There is also the texture issue. Over-processed curls, especially when hair has become finer with age, can look dry, frizzy, and difficult to manage. And when hair looks dry, the entire complexion around it tends to read as dull and aged, regardless of how luminous the skin underneath actually is. Hair is a frame for the face. When the frame looks tired, everything inside it reads differently. This does not mean curls are the enemy. Not even close. Soft, modern curls and waves are genuinely beautiful and absolutely appropriate for women in their 60s, 70s, and beyond. The difference is in the tightness, the uniformity, and how the silhouette is shaped. Loose flowing waves, whether natural or gently styled, create movement that is airy and elegant. A soft, modern wave perm with varied curl sizes and longer lengths gives the hair life without giving the face age. Stylists who work with mature women recommend looking at the overall shape of the hair more than the texture itself. Height at the crown matters enormously. If a style flattens the crown and pushes volume outward to the sides, it will age the face. If it creates gentle lift at the top and softness at the sides, it will do the opposite. If you have been wearing a tight perm for years and it has simply become a part of your routine, consider speaking with a stylist about a softer, more modern alternative. You do not have to give up your curls. You simply deserve curls that lift you. Ones that move a little, breathe a little, and let your face be the most beautiful thing in the room rather than hiding behind a wall of identical ringlets. Soft waves age beautifully. A tight perm, unfortunately, often ages you instead. The flat, dark, single-tone color that dulls everything it touches. Color is one of the most powerful tools available in a mature woman's beauty toolkit. The right color can illuminate the skin, brighten the eyes, and bring an immediate sense of life and freshness to the entire face. But the wrong color, and more specifically the wrong approach to color, can do the opposite just as powerfully. It can dull. It can flatten. It can add years in a way that no haircut or styling technique can easily undo. The most common color mistake that experts see again and again in women over 60 is this: a flat, single-tone, very dark all-over color applied evenly from root to tip with no dimension whatsoever. No highlights. No variation. No softness. Just one solid, uniform shade of very deep brown or black, painted across the entire head. And it is completely understandable why so many women reach for this option. When silver or white begins to come in, it can feel sudden and unwelcome. Covering it with a rich, dark color feels like reclaiming something, like turning back a clock. But the very thing that makes this approach feel like a solution is what makes it age the face so significantly. Here is what happens. As we mature, the skin naturally loses a little of its rosiness, its pigment, and its contrast. The complexion becomes softer, more neutral, sometimes a little more ivory or golden. Against a very dark, flat hair color, this softened complexion reads as pale by comparison. The darkness of the hair intensifies every shadow on the face, every line, every natural contour, every area of gentle depth. What was meant to look vibrant ends up looking stark. What was meant to look youthful ends up emphasizing exactly what it was meant to hide. Colorists who work with women over 60 consistently recommend moving away from single-tone darkness and toward dimension and warmth. Balayage with warm caramel tones. A soft root smudge technique that allows some natural color to blend gently at the base. Pearl highlights woven throughout silver hair. A shadow root with face-brightening pieces swept around the temples and cheekbones. These techniques work with the mature complexion rather than against it. They do something else too. They create depth and movement within the color itself. When light hits hair that has dimension, lighter pieces here, slightly richer pieces there, the hair looks full and alive. It shines. It draws attention upward toward the face in the most flattering way, and it allows the complexion to glow rather than recede into the background. Warm, multitonal color does not have to mean obvious highlights or heavily colored streaks. It can be subtle, natural-looking, and completely customized to your skin undertone and personal style. A skilled colorist who specializes in mature women can find exactly the right balance. Enough warmth and brightness to lift the face without making the color look artificial or overdone. The goal is always hair that looks like the most beautiful version of itself. And for most women over 60, that means letting a little light back in. The severe, tight updo that pulls the face in all the wrong ways. There is a certain kind of elegance that a tightly pulled back updo suggests. It looks disciplined. It looks neat. It speaks of a woman who has somewhere important to be, and does not have time to waste. And for many women over 60, the tight bun, pulled high or pulled back, scraped close to the head with every strand in place, has become a daily default. A reliable, no-fuss solution to the question of what to do with the hair each morning. But hair and beauty experts who specialize in mature women are quietly and consistently raising a concern about this particular habit. The severe, tightly pulled updo, worn regularly and worn tightly, has a tendency to do something that no mature woman needs. It pulls the skin of the face backward and upward in a way that actually accentuates, rather than softens, the natural changes that time brings to the face. Think about what happens when you pull all of your hair tightly back. The skin around the temples stretches. The area around the ears becomes taut. The hairline is exposed completely, and any natural thinning at the temples, which is entirely common in women over 60, becomes immediately visible. The ears are fully exposed, which tends to draw the eye away from the face and toward the sides of the head. And without any soft hair around the face to gently frame the features, every facial contour, every line, every natural shadow, every area of gentle change, is fully and completely visible without softening. This does not mean updos are wrong. A loose, romantically gathered updo can be absolutely stunning on a mature woman. Soft tendrils that frame the face. A gently twisted low bun with a few pieces falling free around the temples. A relaxed French twist with soft waves at the front. These styles carry all of the elegance of a formal updo while allowing the hair to do what hair does best for a mature face. Frame it gently, soften it, and lift the viewer's attention toward the eyes and cheekbones. The issue is not the updo itself. It is the tightness, the severity, the deliberate removal of every soft piece of hair from around the face. Stylists consistently note that face-framing pieces, even just 2 or 3 small sections of hair left loose around the temples and cheeks, can transform the effect of an updo entirely. The same woman who looked stern and pulled in a tight bun looks warm, elegant, and beautifully composed with just a few soft pieces left free. If the tight updo has been your daily solution for years, consider experimenting with a looser version of the same style on your next wash day. Leave a few pieces at the temples. Allow a strand or two to fall gently along the jawline. Soften the part. Lower the height of the bun by just an inch or two. These are not dramatic changes. They take seconds. But they return to your face the softness and warmth that the severe updo quietly takes away. Your hair is not a problem to be controlled. It is one of the most beautiful frames your face has ever had. Let it do its work. The shapeless, overgrown style that erases all definition. There is one final hair habit that experts consistently bring up when discussing what ages women over 60 the most. And it is perhaps the most surprising one on this list, because it does not involve a particular haircut or a particular color. It involves the absence of both. It is the shapeless, overgrown style that has been left to grow without a plan, without regular trims, and without a clear intention behind it. This is the style that happens not by choice, but by default. Appointments get pushed back. Life gets busy. A few weeks between trims becomes a few months. And gradually, what was once a considered, shaped hairstyle becomes something without edges, without definition, without any clear sense of where it begins or ends. It simply grows, and grows, and grows, until it sits on the shoulders or below, flat and shapeless, with no structure to speak of. This matters more for women over 60 than it does at any other point in a woman's life. Here is why. Mature hair, as we have discussed, is finer than it used to be. It has less natural body and density. Without a deliberate shape to give it structure, fine hair defaults to lying flat, hanging straight, and clinging close to the head in a way that can make the overall silhouette look thin, limp, and undefined. Definition is everything in a mature hairstyle. A well-shaped cut gives the hair a silhouette, a clear form that frames the face, flatters the neck, and creates a sense of intention and care. Even when the style is simple, even when it is low maintenance, a shape tells the world. This woman knows exactly who she is and exactly what she wants. And that confidence, projected through the hair, has an instantly youthful and elegant effect. Hairstylists who work with women in their 60s and beyond often say the same thing. The single most transformative thing a woman can do for her appearance is commit to regular trims. Not major changes. Not complete reinventions. Just consistent, gentle maintenance of whatever shape she has chosen. Every 6 to 8 weeks, a small amount removed from the ends. The shape refreshed. The style revived. Beyond trimming, the choice of shape matters enormously. A style with some structure. A gentle A-line that hugs the back of the head and swings forward slightly at the jaw. Or a short lob with just enough graduation to create fullness where the head rounds. Gives fine hair the scaffolding it needs to look full, polished, and beautifully alive. If your current style has simply been growing for months without any clear intention behind it, this is your gentle reminder. Book the appointment. Bring in a photo of a shape you love. Ask your stylist for a structure that suits your texture, your face shape, and your lifestyle. You do not need more hair to look beautiful. You need the right shape. Because a well-shaped cut, even a short, simple one, will always look more youthful, more elegant, and more radiant than the longest, most unkempt style in the room. Shape is not vanity. Shape is self-expression. And you deserve to express yourself beautifully. So there you have it. 5 of the most aging hair habits that experts are gently urging women over 60 to reconsider. And I want to leave you with something important before we say goodbye. None of these things are your fault. These styles became habits because they once worked beautifully, because they were comfortable, because no one ever pulled you aside and said, "Hey, your hair could be working even harder for you." But now you know. And knowing is the most powerful place to begin. You do not have to change everything at once. You do not have to walk into a salon tomorrow and ask for a completely different person in the mirror. Start small. Ask your stylist about one thing, just one. Maybe a few soft layers. Maybe a slightly warmer tone woven through. Maybe simply booking that trim you have been putting off for 2 months. Every small step toward a style that truly suits you is a step toward feeling more like yourself. The most confident, most beautiful, most radiant version of yourself. And at every age, but especially at 60 and beyond, that is exactly what you deserve. Thank you so much for watching. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path.